A focus on Newcastle County's budget. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me this hour is Tom Kovach. He is the president of the Newcastle County Council. Thanks for being with us.
My pleasure, Jill.
First of all, talk to us a little bit about this new position. Last time we spoke, you were here as a state representative. What has that transition been like for you?
Well, it's an interesting position because in the state level, you get to be involved in making laws and formulating the direction of a state, but with a limited constituency. So you have kind of a broader effect, but for, you're representing a very narrow constituency. And what you're called on locally as a state representative is most often roads and things that touch people's lives on a day-to-day basis. There's not a lot of interaction on a regular basis with state policy and state lawmaking and your local representative. Well, on a county basis, it's the opposite. It's a much more local level, and where you're talking about land use, public safety, these are things that affect people's lives every day. And I went from a state representative of one district of about 30,000 constituents to an at-large position as president of Newcastle County Council of about 600,000 constituents. So it's been a shift from a narrow focus with constituent services and a statewide focus for lawmaking to a much broader focus on policy, land use decisions, and that sort of thing on the county level. So it's been neat because it's a lot more personal and a lot more effect on the day-to-day lives of the individuals as a county level.
Let's talk a little bit about accountability and balance. These are the things that you campaigned on. Why are they important? And for you, what do balance and accountability actually include?
Well, when I ran, our county council currently has 10 of one party and 3 of another. And actually, I was the 3rd of the other party to come in. And without some semblance of balance, you really, with that loyal opposition, you find oftentimes a lack of a challenge of the status quo. If folks have been there a while or one particular political party's in charge, you don't necessarily have that accountability because that same party's in charge. Well, we brought the message of accountability, balance to our county council, and quite frankly, checks and balances with our executive branch that's in charge of implementing the decisions of the land use decisions and the ordinances of our county council. We brought that to the county during the special election when there was an election in the middle of a snowstorm in January on a Thursday. And we were able to get cross-party support for that, which was fantastic.
Now, let's talk about some of the things that you're hoping to accomplish as the County Council President. First of all, let's talk about the budget, because many people, I don't think, necessarily understand how budgeting works at a county level. You say 75% of the budget is dedicated to personnel costs, retiree costs. What about the other 25% of the budget? Where does that actually go?
Well, you're talking about operational expenses, maintenance of buildings, capital costs, things like that. So if we need to reduce our budget, which we dramatically do in our county, our county is funded largely by real estate transfer taxes. Obviously, those have gone down dramatically over the last few years. Our source of revenue has declined dramatically. So what we need to do is take a look at how we can save money as a government, as a county. And if 75% of your costs are personnel costs, you need to take a look, are your personnel costs realistic? Is what you're paying new employees realistic? Or are the benefits offered to those new employees realistic? And you can look on ways of looking down the road, looking where we need to be in a smaller, more effective government, and really, quite frankly, paying employees a much more fair, giving them a fair paycheck, let them know what they're coming in on, and giving them more realistic benefits to today's workforce.
Please come back, give us an update. Let us know how all of these issues are progressing.
Absolutely, will do.
Thank you. We've been talking with the Newcastle County President, Tom Kovach. I'm Jill Horner for Comcast Newsmakers.